Kerala's finances are in tatters. Kerala does not create enough jobs. The movie The Kerala Story is a real Kerala story. These are some of the narratives that have been building against the state of Kerala for some time. To talk to us about these narratives, joining us today is Kerala's Finance Minister KN Balagopal. But before I go to the interview, I want to tell everyone watching that the News Minute and News Laundry has been bringing you a comprehensive coverage of this election. Watch our interviews, read our reports, but remember, it's an ad-free coverage. We are depending on you to cover this elections well. So log on to our election fund, make a contribution or become a subscriber. Otherwise, you'll have to stick to shouting matches on TV channels. Welcome, Minister, to No Filter. My first question to you is that the Prime Minister and Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman have both been saying that the financial distress that Kerala faces now is only because of the mismanagement by the LDF government and the previous UDF governments.
Look into the fact, I can say that if you are going to the specifics about the financials, Kerala's revenue deficit in last year, as per the Aegis report, it was only 2.4%, while 3% was the admissible limit, but it was only 2.4%. And at the same time, what was the national level? What was the all India national union government's deficit percentage? Fiscal deficit was 6.4% for the Union of India, while Kerala was only 2.4%. And if you take the all India pattern, it was 3.4%. So that area, we can say that Kerala is much better than many of these states. And what is the revenue deficit? That particular year in 22-23, Kerala's revenue deficit was less than 0.88%. And at the same year, national level it was 3.9%. You can compare it, whether state or union, whichever is more efficiently managed. And similarly, the debt to GSTP ratio, it was 34.6% in 22-23, and we came down from 38.5% in the earlier, because COVID period there was some more borrowing was there. So we came down to 34.6%, and at the same year, Union government's total debt was 56.9%. So if you take all the three factors, Kerala's performance was comparatively very good, and amidst the difficulties of COVID and other kind of flood and other situation, we managed like this. And almost all areas, around 24 heads, the Niti Aayog and other central government agencies ranked Kerala as first or second in the country. Well, this is the situation. How a union government representative, how the Prime Minister and Union Finance Minister say that Kerala's performance was bad? Because they are not running the government politically. They are representing a political party. But Kerala is a state government and union government is a central union government. So when comparing things, they should be based on facts. What the Reserve Bank of India, what other agencies are saying. As per the accepted norms, Kerala's picture is this, but hate campaign and very wrong campaign is happening in the country. Unfortunately, the Prime Minister and the Union Finance Minister is also saying the same thing.
But Minister, the Prime Minister has challenged this claim of yours that Kerala is not getting the money it deserves from the union government. In fact, the Prime Minister in a recent interview said that the previous UPA government gave 4,60,000 crores to Kerala, but his government, the NDA government, gave almost 1.25 lakh crores.
Yeah, this is another baseless argument. See, if you say that 20 years back, we gave this and this year we give this amount. See, monetarily, if you say that 10 years back the money value, what was the money value? And that time is not correct. And another one more important thing I want to add. This money, when they gave that, we were saying that there was a revenue deficit grant. They gave 19,000 for 1 year, next year it is 13,000, last year it was 4,000, now this year nothing is there. But at the time of 10th Finance Commission, we were getting around 3.8% of the total divisive pool, from the total divisive pool. That is what? The entire amount which they are giving to the states, Kerala was eligible to get 3.8%. What is our percentage now? It is only 1.9%. 1.9% we are getting 21,000 crores. That is the amount we are getting. And if it would have been 3.8%, our income would have been another 21,000 extra. So this is the loss actually from the divisive pool we are facing. So this much of cut is happened only because of this latest Finance Commission and only because of the policies of the Union government. And earlier, while at the time of UP and before, there was sale tax for states. Now, sale tax is totally closed and it is GST. At the time of sale tax, the 100% of the tax which we are collecting, the states will get. The state was getting. Now, 50% of the tax which we are collecting is coming for the state government and 50% is going to the union. And what is the actual picture of the total revenue in the country? The 15th Finance Commission itself says that out of the 100 rupees collected as tax in the country, as the total collection, 65%, around 64.5% to 65% is going to the union and the balance is going to the states. And how much states have to spend? States have to spend more than 63% of the total expenditure. So this great imbalance is there. It is very difficult for the states to run the show because they have to spend more. So this is the picture. So facts are not coming out. That is why we are saying this continuously.
Now, for the benefit of the viewers, can you quickly tell us why did Kerala go to the court against the union government?
Surely I can explain. I can give the details from the latest RBI report in 23-24. They said in the state finances report, they are saying that Kerala, the share of Kerala's tax collection is 79% of the total collection, total tax collection. 21% is coming from the part of the union share. Actually, 71% we are collecting and 21% is only union share. But this is not same for other states. For example, I can give this report says that for Orissa it is 71%, UP it is 46% and for Madhya Pradesh it is 49%. Many other states are also there, but Kerala is getting the lowest percentage from the center tax share. If this is justice or if this is injustice, you can decide. People can decide. At the 3-4 years back, out of the total revenue receipts, we were getting around 56% and the balance was from the union. Now this 56% is increased to 74%. This is total revenue receipts. Earlier I said about the tax collection, tax receipts. This is total revenue receipts. Out of the total revenue receipts, 3 years back we were getting 44% from the center. Now we are getting only 25%. So that area also it is very easily identifiable that Kerala is not getting proper share. Many yardsticks and many other things they were saying for reducing the money. That is why we raised this issue, and in the original suit, all the factors is mentioned in the suit, and raise some very genuine questions before the country. Many state governments are raising the same issues now. They are also going before the Supreme Court. They are raising this issue. So in the coming days, the union government, whichever union government rules the country, I think in the coming days, because of this attitude, there will be a new political party may come into power. New alliance will come instead of this BJP's rule. There may be some change. Whatever government comes, they have to look very seriously about the center-state relationship and the strengthening of the cooperative federalism. That is very important. So we raise this because of the practical experience and difficulties we are facing.
Okay, now moving aside from finances, I want to ask you about job creation. There is an assumption that Kerala does not create enough jobs. But what is the reality? What are the real numbers? How many jobs have been created by your LDF government?
Actually, Kerala, if you look from the government employment or public sector and, and government service employment as well as private sector, Kerala may be one of the state which is performing well. I can give one example. In the parliament, I think there was a reply, and some of the major dailies, Malayalam and other English languages, they published a data about the total employment in January 1st to December 31st in 2023. That means 2023, the report says, the question answer gave in the floor, in the house, I think, it is out of the total 100 employment in the country, 42 was in Kerala. That is 42% of the total employment in the country was given by the state of Kerala in public under the Public Service Commission, PSC. Around 3% is our population, you know. How 42% in the out of the total employment was given by Kerala government? That means many of the states and central government is not filling the vacancies. More than 10 lakh vacancies are vacant in the union government itself, under the union government itself. And we know this is the first time temporary contract workers were or system was introduced in the military, in the defense, Agniveer for 4 or 5 years. This is the first time in the country. I think this is one of the very, very criticized move by the union government. So this is what is happening. They are saying that we are giving employment. So the defense sector, which was one of the major and reliable employer in the country, that was also converted into a contract employment agency. So this is what happened under the BJP government. And about the public sector, I think around 10.5 lakh employment is lying vacant under the union government. Around 30 lakh employment are vacant in other states. That is what some statistics says. And Kerala, in the last 7 years, we created more than 30,000 new employment in the government sector. Very, very important. That point is very important. We created more than 30,000 employment in the government. There is no job cut. There is no cutting the size of the government employment in the country, in the state. So this is the one picture. And the other area, if you take new areas, see, for I can say the example of startup activities and startup mission. Around 5,000 new startup organizations were started their activities in the state. And out of the total startups in the country, Kerala is ranked as one of the best states in the country. And internationally also, we got award for the best startup ecosystem in the world. And there are more than 5,000 companies and thousands of crores investment came there. And I think tens and thousands of employment also created in that area. And there were in the BJP campaign machinery, there was a campaign recently. They said that all the youngsters are going out from Kerala for education, and even the Prime Minister in his advertisement, his words also was quoted. Students are going outside because no good education institutions are there. Youth are going because no employment opportunities there. See, there was a mobility abroad study. So according to Indian Student Mobility Report, Kerala is coming under 5% bracket. Andhra, Telangana, Punjab and Maharashtra, it is 12.5%. The report says. And Gujarat, Tamil Nadu is Delhi is 8%. Kerala is 5% bracket.
Okay, but if there are this many jobs being created, as you say, then why are so many young people from Kerala moving out for education or for jobs?
There were in the BJP campaign machinery, there was a campaign recently. They said that all the youngsters are going out from Kerala for education, and even the Prime Minister in his advertisement, his words also was quoted. Students are going outside because no good education institutions are there. Youth are going because no employment opportunities there. I can say that people from the country, from different states are going out for education and employment. And if you take the average, see, there was a mobility abroad study. So according to Indian Student Mobility Report, Kerala is coming under 5% bracket. And what is the total outflow from Punjab and Maharashtra, Andhra, Telangana, Punjab? It is here. Andhra, Telangana, Punjab and Maharashtra, it is 12.5%. The report says. And Gujarat, Tamil Nadu is Delhi, and Delhi is 8%. Kerala is 5% bracket. So these all things, the campaign using all kind of media, they want to create a campaign against a government which is always saying something which they are not liking. They are thinking that entire policy which they are following, all the state government, all the political parties have to succumb and follow. We cannot follow that. We are saying that this criticism is there, and they are saying that all the youth are going. Yes, Kerala's youth is going. Kerala's students are going. Our students are going even in the bigger, the most reputed international research organizations and academies. They are getting employment because our students are taught well. They are good. So they are going and getting employment, and they are coming back and investing here. That is there. And surely we have to develop more and more employment ecosystem in the country, not only in Kerala, in other parts of the country. We are doing that. For example, I can say one example, typical example, one of the biggest seaports, that is Vizhinjam International Container Terminal Port. This is just started in Kerala. One of the biggest in the country. Out of the total biggest seaports, this may be among the 10 or 15 ports in the world. So these kind of infrastructure facilities, new kind of investment situation, atmosphere is developing. So we are planning on that area for creating more employment. And the education sector, we are planning to make our economy as a knowledge economy. That is why these startups are coming. New kind of ecosystem is coming. New kind of areas like graphene studies, nutraceuticals. These new areas, many new institutes and areas are coming. Our universities are getting A++ ranking for its performance. Not only one university, two or three universities are now getting this. So a state which is spending huge sum for education, out of the total salary, 49% of our state government's expenditure on salary is going for education. You try to understand? This much education expenditure, which state is spending? Because we believe that human capital is very important. That is why we are spending like that. And other areas, health, we are spending like that. So all these activities and social security activities, we are spending. So the strength of the society, the population as a whole, it is very much improved. That is why we are getting all these awards from different agencies, and internationally this the respect is there for our different activities. So the campaign which is politically motivated to get some odds or canvass the people with wrong ideas and wrong campaign, that is something different, and fact is different. The union government representatives, including the Prime Minister and other ministers, are giving the awards to the state of Kerala. But on the other hand, while after giving this, after 1 year or 6 months, they are coming and saying that Kerala is not performing well. This is double standard, and people will not believe.
The next question I want to ask you is about this movie called The Kerala Story. It's being used politically a lot. Even the Prime Minister spoke about it during the Karnataka elections. The BJP is calling it an example of how love jihad happens in Kerala, this bogey of love jihad that they created. How do you see this attempt to project this movie? Is it all part of that narrative building?
See, Kerala Story, which was published at the time itself, a lot of criticisms came. And Doordarshan was given the approval for telecasting it. It was a wrong move. We said that it was a wrong move. A state which was portrayed in a very bad way, giving misinformation, that is what in the Kerala Story. They are saying that around 32 or 33,000 women from Kerala, they are converted into Islam, and they were, many of them, sent to the Syria and other areas for jihad activities like that. Actually, what is the fact? Whether union government can allow this kind of misinformation in the country. Kerala, we got around 1,000 panchayats. That means from every panchayat, 33 women should convert themselves. From every ward, at least 3 should be there. Whether that is happening in the Kerala, in the country. And what is actual fact? As per this union government records, only 13 women went to Syria as part of this. And it is all over the country. Maybe 6 out of that from Kerala. This is the union government's intelligence and police department or intelligence department report. And while this is the fact, whether a government can allow a cinema or story or any other kind of things in a channel which is totally run by the union government, saying that 33,000 women from Kerala was converted. So this is not correct, and this kind of activities will not help the BJP government to attain any goal if they want to do. That is why how the agencies are behaving, how they are withdrawing from the country. Last week, BBC decided to stop entire activities in the country. That is what I read from the newspaper. So the respect of the country and the channel like DD, how we can keep the respect as a channel if these kind of wrong, false, mistaken pictures are coming in the channel. If it is a YouTube channel, some people we can say that, oh, it is YouTube, many other social media activities are happening. It is not correct. While if it is coming on a government channel, how can we say that this is advisable? This is totally a wrong practice. That is what is happening. So this Kerala story and other stories they are making, every day they are making stories that will not help the country. So this is what I am saying. The central government is saying that only 13 people went to Syria, and out of that 6 maybe, I think it is 6 from Kerala. But this Kerala story is saying 33,000. And the honorable ministers are saying that this is a fact. So very wrong thing, and actually this is a very, very wrong thing to a state where the secular credentials are very high and people are living with the secular credentials.
But my follow-up question to you is that this movie didn't release today or yesterday. It released many months ago. In fact, I personally remember a lot of Kerala ministers, political parties reacting, saying that, oh, nobody's watching it here. So do you think that political parties and the government in Kerala simply ignored this in the beginning? Now that the movie has caught up so much, the narrative has been built, you are trying to oppose it. Why didn't you do enough in the beginning itself?
See, initially when it came, a lot of protests came, statements came. But it was not that way aired in the state. People were not seeing and people were not taking it seriously. Why this is again came as a big story? Because the union government, the political party which is behind the government, they were also saying the same thing. That is why this is an organized propaganda machine and organized propaganda machinery was there. That is why this issue came like this. Otherwise, it was not a big issue at that time when it came in the first. So anyway, one thing I am accepting, we would have been raised this issue more seriously, because nobody thought that this Doordarshan will do this. This kind of activities will come. Never in the history of the country, Doordarshan or any kind of national media, any kind of state apparatus done these kind of activities. Never expected. That is the thing.
Well, thank you very much for joining us, Minister Balagopal.
Thank you.
We were talking about all the narratives which are being created against the state of Kerala.
Yeah, they are saying that Kerala may be like Sri Lanka again. 2-3 years back they said. Now again, they are saying that there will not be any salary. The Union Finance Minister spoke in a public meeting, Kerala was not giving salary for 6 months. How she can say that? In the state, there was no such incident in that past many years. Means since independence, never happened like that. So these kind of false statements about a state while administering the entire governance in the country, how they can say politically these kind of misinformation to the common people. This is not happened, and this kind of no salary, no financial, no other basic amenities, expenses, that will not happen in the state. So this is what is happening. So a lot of misinformation and malicious campaign is happening in the country. This is very, very pathetic, and it is a very sorry state of affairs.
Well, that's all for now. We'll be back next week with another episode of No Filter. And remember, our coverage of the election with the News Laundry is completely ad-free, and we are only depending on you. So go to newslaundry.com's election fund and choose a project that you want to support, or you can become a subscriber of either News Laundry or the News Minute. Thank you very much for watching.
This election season, your right to choose puts you at the heart of it again.
We'd like to be your eyes and ears.
Choose the journalism and media that serves democracy and you.
Simply log on to newslaundry.com/2024 election fund and choose an amount of your choice for the reports of your choice.